welcome back everybody to this episode of Naruto D&D. As always, I am your host, Connor. With us, we have Nick as Jim / Kozukai.
Kozukai.
Then we have Mike as Takashi.
It's me. What's up?
And we have Travis, who is Silas. Last time the team began their 10-month mission, they retrieved the Executioner's Blade and spent some time at a hot spring. Then they went to the Land of Iron and heard the incredible truth behind Ken. Now the team continues to make their way to the Land of Lightning.
After hearing the incredible truth, not hearing he's an Uzumaki, I want to learn some fucking fluent jutsu.
GG.
And here, Nick.
Don't you remember? Yeah, last session.
Yeah, it's too late, man. You said that he sucks. And I didn't want to teach you
He didn't
anymore.
have the knowledge that I thought he had.
Well,
Niggas
you
is
should have.
Uzumaki,
You should
though.
have. Sorry, man. You should have. You should have believed in Ken.
I
He's gonna
asked
teach.
if he had a
He
fucking
actually.
library. He just said no, and I said I thought so.
Ken actually told me that he was gonna train me because I've never stopped believing in him.
Alright. If that's the way you want to do it, I will fucking possess Silas.
Good luck. My will is strong.
So,
I'm sure it is.
the team continues their travels, going through the Land of Sound, going through the Land of Waterfalls, or the Land of Forests, which holds the Waterfall Village, which technically doesn't actually exist anymore. It's been dispersed to nearby nations, but yeah. And the team arrives in the grand old classic map, the Land of Lightning.
Yeah, we're back here, baby.
And the horrendous eyesore that once was.
No, this is a piece of art. It should go in a fucking museum.
Unedited beauty.
So,
Exactly.
you all arrive here in the Land of Lightning. Specifically, the Cloud Village.
All right, what are we gonna do?
There it goes. So, you two sure that you want those, that sealed eye technique?
And we'll
We're
come in.
seeing that-
Oh, somehow have control of the map.
Oh, right. I have to have everyone have control of that for what I originally had this map as.
I was getting ready to screw around and I didn't want to do that. I don't know where I'm at.
There we go. Now you don't have control.
But to keep in character, yeah, this technique will have many uses.
Well, then I say the very first thing we should do is just start at the head. Let's go speak with the Raikage.
You think he'll know where it's at?
If anyone will, it's going to be him.
What if he doesn't want to tell us?
So, well, that's going to be up to you all to persuade him. If you fail to do so, sounds to me like you won't be getting that technique.
Challenge accepted, I think to myself.
And so you make your way to the Raikage mansion. You're granted a meeting. And there you are with the Raikage and his right-hand man, Omoi. Give them names so you can see.
We've met Omori before.
Yeah, it actually been in the same map as both of these characters before. These are tokens that I did not have to recreate.
Because I remember that name, Omori.
Or didn't have to create, had to recreate, yeah. Alright, so Darui just kind of looks at you and goes, alright, so what's it that we owe this meeting to, Owari? And then Owari just gestures his hand to Takashi and Jim.
We've heard rumors that there's a special eye technique here I think would have many uses to us in the Leaf here. I'd like to procure for myself and possibly other shinobi in our village. Rumored eyes of divination. I want to see if you had some information on it.
And so Darui just stares, very unchanging in his position, looking at you. He goes, That technique was sealed away a long time ago based on a treaty with the land of between the land of fire and the land of lightning.
For what reason?
Because it was dangerous to your village, specifically since you had so many Sharingan and Byakugan wielders.
Well, as far as the Sharingan goes, there's few to, it's only less than a handful of those left. I can't imagine it would cause a great threat to the use of Byakugan. Oh, but this is more peaceful time.
So he just kind of looks at you and he goes, "You're going to have to try harder than that if you're going to convince me."
Well, I can't think of anything that would be of value of you. What what would you want in exchange for the information?
This isn't about an exchange. You have to justify your use behind this in a way that I can undoubtedly give it to you without having to fear repercussions of the leaf.
Understood. Give me a few moments. I'm gonna try and read his surface thoughts to see what is actually on his mind right now. To maybe gauge what he's actually looking for here. If he's even thinking of anything.
Okay. So roll that sense motive check. Let's see how deeply you can peer into his thoughts.
No ones, please.
So you kind of hear his thoughts kind of whisper. It's just, how dull. What a boring request this is. I'm inclined to give it to them, just in case Owari turns traitor, but I can't just break our old treaty in such a way.
Okay, alright. I can remember that. Well, this is information. I can't release fully, but there's a certain someone I'm supposed to be watching very closely. That this technique could keep in line, if you will. The effects of the technique themselves are designed to keep those with ocular bloodlines at a disadvantage, and this technique itself will definitely come in handy.
He just kind of pauses for another moment and kind of closes his eyes. You see what he thinks. At this point, Omoe begins to speak. And he turns to Owari. He goes, "Owari, I've heard rumors of you fighting with 2 lightning-empowered hook blades. Is there any truth to that?"
Oh,
You see Owari reaches into his pocket, pulls out a scroll, and summons his Baransu blade. He goes, "I'm afraid those rumors are false. I have this sword, a relic of my family's. It does empower lightning attacks, but that's all. They must have been mixing up the descriptions." Xiaomi just kind of stares at Owari, just kind of observing him. And then Darwi kind of opens his eyes as he looks at you and he goes, "I'm sorry, but even that is not enough to convince me to hand this over."
I see. Not even any information?
Not any information about it either. It's sealed within our own hidden areas, and we will keep it as such. The only way that you can even attempt to do so is if you can truly be truthful with us.
In what way? In what way haven't we been truthful with you?
Well, let me ask you this. Is Owari lying right now?
No.
You're super fucking terrible in your audio.
The blades, you mean?
Yes, with the 2 Kiba swords.
Out of character, am I aware of what these are? 'Cause, like I've seen them and I have Shiro's memories, but do I know they were the actual Kiba blades?
You've seen Owari to use 2 hook blades that channel lightning.
Well, I mean, I have seen him use similar blades. Don't know if that's what you're looking for.
Zidari kind of shifts his gaze to Owari. Owari just kind of like looks at you for a moment, Takashi, and then looks forward. Dari says, "All right, Owari, how about you present those swords and we'll analyze whether or not what you're saying is the truth." At which point, Owari just kind of lets out a sigh, and he pulls open his scroll. He summons the two swords. At which point, Omui slams his hand on the table. "Those swords are mine, Owari. This is a major crime that you've committed." Owari just kind of tosses them to Omui. He begins to speak. "You're aware that I was a double agent, feeding information on Orochimaru to the village. Part of my proving myself was to get those swords. I'm sorry that I never returned them, but they're powerful. I didn't want to give them up." Omui glares at Owari. He goes, "At least your team has a little bit of a sense of truth, something that you clearly lack. I'm disappointed in you, but today's your lucky day. I won't report this to the Shinobi Union Guard if you join me on an errand." Dari turns to Omui, giving him an inquisitive look. Omui gives him a thumbs up. "I need to do this, Raikage. Now follow me, Owari." And Owari follows Omui out of the office. Another moment passes. Raikage turns to you all and he goes, "Owari's dubious. For some reason, many people are on his side, though. It's dull, but I understand why. He's passionate and powerful. But he's too powerful and too risky. The Kiedagan, the Eyes of Divinity, was created to counter unique jutsu, specifically the Byakugan Sharingan, but I've heard rumors that it also works on others. Owari's bloodline remains a mystery to me, and I don't know exactly what his eyes can do. As a result, I'm willing to let you all learn this ability in case he ever tries to betray the Shinobi Union again. But you have to prove yourself. It's a dull task, I know, but one that must be done. There's a canyon to the north of the village. I'll show you where it is, and if you make it to the other end, someone will be waiting with the knowledge you seek. But it's dangerous, and you may die from attempting to do so. Are you sure you want to do this?"
We didn't come here for nothing. We're prepared for this.
Yeah, all right. So he stands up, and y'all follow him outside, going north of the village, until you arrive at the entrance to a canyon. At which point he goes, "All right, you're on your own from this point on. Good luck."
But not. What the?
I'm gonna scroll all the way down here. So, you arrive at a canyon. Dari says you all blah blah blah. You are currently on a cliff with to the left of it being, at the base of a few 100-foot drop of water. And as you take your first steps in, you see immediately a batch of coyotes pop on out.
You should have put like Wile E. Coyote as the picture there.
That was hilarious.
Did not think about that. But Jim, you are first up.
That's too bad. Thought I had something great I could have done.
But Wile E. Coyote.
No, not for that. If
Okay.
I went first, but I don't go first. I go last. So, GG.
So you're up first, Jim.
So what do you want me to do?
You're up first. See, the number of coyotes have approached you. They're all kind of growling at you.
I'm gonna use the vampire mud dump from this guy.
How far does that go?
I think 20 feet.
And so you do that, and immediately the earth closes in on these creatures, covering them with the mud dome.
Mud Dome.
Doug Dimmadome.
Owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
All right, so you're now holding them inside there, and they're going to try and break you out unless anyone else is going to try and do anything first in turn. So Ken's just going to stand by and do nothing. Yep, I just opened up software that I shouldn't have.
I guess already in action. If one of them breaks out, then I will use Tree Binding Death.
All right, so you've readied in action. How about you, Silas?
I'm going to. How tall is it?
About 15 feet high.
I am going to activate my strength rank, and I'm going to jump over it.
Alrighty.
Nice.
And then I'm going to ready in action. Take my sword out, ready in action, and if anything comes at me, I'm going to hit it.
Alright. So we're just going to save some time here. A little bit of time goes by. You recover some of your mana or your chakra, and you realize that everything inside has been completely drained of its life energy.
Wait. Uh-oh, bring it down here.
Well, that was well,
Plain simple.
Well, that, but
All right.
To dig out or something.
Back to you, Kozukai. Other coyotes, they can't do much.
Rip coyotes.
Oof. As far as I can move.
So, don't move quite as far as you can move.
Okay, I just want to move.
Actually, I guess you can move as far as you can move. Yeah, won't be a problem. So, you start taking a few steps there, Jim. Roll a reflex check. You see that the ground beneath you begins to crumble as a mudslide has been triggered. Or a rock slide, whatever the fuck it's called. You see the cliff is kind of beginning to fall apart at its base.
I win. Oh my god.
And you are seeing yourself slowly being rolled down with it, unable to keep your footing across the process.
Are you going to draw it out on the map so we see, so I have an idea?
This was blackjack over the one, though.
Oh shit.
They win.
You see, it's that big of a section that has began to crumble.
Can I, like, reflex jump over here?
No, that's what the reflex was. You weren't able to get your footing.
Oh, this was like sliding off the cliff.
Yeah, it's like the cliff itself is crumbling down, causing it to topple into the river below it. And Jim it's crumbling under him as he can't keep himself going. What's up, Jim?
Fucking spirit guy.
Spirit die? Okay.
GG.
Keeping the 21, still unable to keep your footing as you are beginning to tumble down the cliff. And now it is Ken's turn. Ken's gonna rush up, look over.
I wish I could run 35 each.
He's gonna yell, "Guys, we need some way to grab him. Can anyone catch him?"
Only we're here.
I mean, I guess.
Takashi, you're up.
I get it. So, let me see. The only one I can actually do right now is that would actually help him would be the effing wall or the 4-pillar prison. I guess I could put the prison in front of him, like a.
And then the prison fills up with mud and it kills him.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna move up 30 feet. Maybe hope that I'm still in effing range of this technique. I'm not because it's limited. So, let me see if I can effing save you, fam. Because I don't think so.
I'm worried that I can throw to somebody who like can and then somebody else. Silas. If they get close enough.
I have a rope though.
No, I'm not going to help you. I know you can teleport.
Rip. You can't teleport.
I want to do it.
Rip. So, no, I have nothing, so I'm just going to actually move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 right for that mudslide.
How far can I move? Can I move
30.
70 or is it still just 60 for me?
So just 60. If your base speed is 30, then the maximum you can move is 60.
GG.
Speed ranks, fam.
I want speed rank. I'm not about fast. I'm about strong.
And then moving 30 feet is very common.
It's actually my speed's actually 32.
Yeah, it's rounded to the nearest 5, so it's still 30.
GG.
That's my turn now.
Silas.
Okay. I'll save his life as I
If I
raise
have
my
to.
hand. As I raise my hand up, a bunch of bones come up out of the ground behind him. It saves his life.
GG.
I'm gonna say you can use that new one that you've learned.
That is the one.
Yeah, that can catch him. So you're pretty much just like
Probably
put your hand to the ground, and a bunch of bones begin going from your hand underground and popping up under Jim. Partially poking him with the stab effect of it, but saving him from falling.
It even stops the mudslide.
Yeah, sure, I'll allow that.
That's a horrible drawing. You want to fix that up?
You
No.
did that? Rip. What counted you? Rip.
See, my free hand is going to be, very similar. Just bam.
Hey, that's better.
Actually, I could have saved you. Okay, never mind. Too late now. Rip.
Yeah, too late now, son. I already
So-
saved him.
Drop that chakra, Silas.
Yeah, I actually need to increase it, then drop it, because mine's still... I actually leveled up that last time around.
Oh, yeah.
So I will do so. Yes, sir.
All right. So, Jim, you're able to catch yourself now that the rock slide has been stopped by Silas. Now it's your turn.
Look stunned as fuck. Go forward. Go
All
over
right.
here.
So before you get there, you start walking right here,
Another one's like.
and you see that your foot gets snagged on something.
This is fun.
Roll another reflex check.
Why me?
Because you're going first. So this one you're able to avoid. So you see that after you kind of tripped the little wire, you see that kind of on the little wall, which is another cliff to your right there, a number of kunai have been launched out from a hidden trap, but you're able to avoid them as they just kind of continue going and then fall into the water eventually. Next up is Ken. Ken's gonna take a few steps forward. He's gonna go, I think we should keep our eyes open. This place definitely seems to be booby-trapped after what we've just seen.
Yeah, you're right there. No telling what's coming next.
Alright, and then Ken's gonna hold position there. Takashi.
All right, so I'm gonna make one wood clone with 15 chakra.
Okay. Alright, you're up, Silas.
What did I miss? Where's Kozakai?
Still here.
Jim's up there just a little bit.
Jim, sorry.
Jim X Kozukai.
Ah. Yeah.
Alright. That's it for Silas. Next up is Kazukai.
Takashi?
Well, since this is going to be a recurring thing, apparently, I'm going to do my trap sense.
Alright.
You don't sense any traps.
So now you
It's
get-
just an-
Well,
it's just an-
it doesn't actually let him sense traps. It just gives him bonuses to saves against him.
It's just nature falling apart.
Yeah, really.
GG.
All right, so before you get there,
Rip.
you feel yourself triggering another tripwire.
I hate you.
Roll another reflex save. There are ways to spot these things.
You
Hint,
know what?
hint.
I'm just going to keep walking through them.
Okay. All right, you dodged that one too. You see the exact same thing happens with the kunai launching from a hidden trap, and I still have one more move action from this one.
You serious?
Yeah, because that was only 30 feet. Yeah, that was like you started going your first 30 feet, and then you got fucking fucked midway. So now you can go another attempt at movement.
Fuck.
If you want to, you could just sit there.
I'm gonna ready in action.
Okay.
When somebody gets here, I can fucking ping it. Let me ping it. Ping it. Okay, 20 feet away from the fucking mountain lions. I'm gonna teleport and use mud dome technique.
So when they get right, like right there.
Yeah, no, a little bit. One more up.
Right there.
15 feet away. Yeah.
Okay. Can you use it from that distance? Nah, it's 10 plus 2 feet of level. You're level like 10. So that'd be
No, I teleport to range and then use it.
So you won't be able to do that. Actually. Because Vampire Mud Dome is an attack action, and you only have one move or one attack action left. Not both. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Mix it up. Fine, fuck it.
Fuck it. Just move. Alright, well, I'm just gonna move you 2 steps forward. You trip another tripwire. Roll another save.
Why?
You're doing fine so far. Hey, right there. And you dodge these ones as well.
Non-lethal.
You need to roll.
Oh, I thought that was the roll. Oh, yeah, you need to roll. You dodge those ones as well. Ken's gonna take another step up and just kind of chill out.
Just follow you.
Takashi!
Alright, so I'm gonna move full 60 feet. My clone is gonna move half of that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And use clone technique or duplication technique. And make 2 effing gosh dang it. Click drag.
I mean, you can just do, like, literally click your character once, go Control C, and then Control V.
Can I delete characters?
Well, if you can, I can.
There we go. Alright. Yeah, and that's gonna be his turn.
Alright. And what's the chakra for that?
These are all just regular clones. They don't.
What's the chakra for that?
3.
One plus 1 per additional clone. So that's gonna total chakra. Yeah, actually 4 chakra. Well, no, per additional. So yeah, 3. Yeah.
Are those shadow clones or just like?
No, just regular clones.
The 3 that were just created were regular clones. The first one there who used the jutsu is a wood clone, which works very much like a shadow clone.
Or the shadow clone.
Now, Silas, you're up.
Yay. I'm gonna go right there.
And as you're taking a step forward, you trigger a little tripwire. Roll a reflex save.
Oh shit, I hit the wrong button again. Damn it. keep opening up the league by accident.
Rip.
I've done the same thing. It's an enticing button to click.
All right.
All right.
Just alt tab, Travis. Just alt tab. You said
Yeah, and then you
reflex?
can be like me and have fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pages open. Yep, reflex.
Don't I get a bonus to my reflex from something? I feel like I do.
Should be listed on there if you do.
I'm not that good.
And you pass. You'll see a number of kunai fly by as well, but you're able to react in time to avoid them all.
So do I have to move the rest of the way forward?
You can take one more move action.
That stop me?
Yep, stops you. Because it's like you're stepping forward and then your foot gets snagged.
I'm just going to ready in action for if these lions come at me, I'm going to attack them.
All right. Those are, in fact, mountain lions.
GG.
Jimbo, you're up.
Jimmy.
Oh, he's on the phone. Jim, James, wonderful, big, and flying, incredible Jimmy.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna do a spot check for any more fucking tripwires.
Roll a spot check.
Man, my spot is actually not that bad.
It's a useful skill to have.
Do I ever roll the dice? Did you roll the dice?
So you do see one more tripwire, but it's past the mountain lions, 5 feet past them.
Can I attempt to throw a fucking...
To trigger the tripwire? To trigger the tripwire?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say you auto pass. So yep, and you see you trigger it, causing a number no more kunai to explode. Not to explode, to shoot. All right, and that is it for Jim. Oh, you'd still have one more move in action if you'd like.
Jim's just waiting on Jim to go.
And you see you're taking a few steps forward when the ground beneath you begins to shift somewhat.
Rip.
Roll a reflex save.
Another mudslide. GG.
Oh, this isn't a mudslide.
Freaking earthquake.
So you take half damage from this. You see that as the ground begins to sink beneath you a little bit, something's been triggered and an explosion happens.
Rip.
And you're able to take 5 points of damage.
No response.
Next up is Ken. He's just
Kenny
gonna
trigger trap.
step right there and hang out.
Ken's
Takashi.
just gonna chill, dude. Rip.
Alright.
So I'm gonna move all these guys. First, only command I'm giving them is to stay in this formation with them, the main one.
Okay.
I am going to move here and do a sense tracker check, which is currently 40 feet.
You sense only the 4 mountain lions ahead of you. No more chakra.
Strength levels? Or, I guess, tracker levels? High, medium,
Low.
in my turn.
All right.
Can I take a swift action real quick?
Nope. Silas, you're up.
All I was gonna do is go. I'm gonna put a mud dome over these guys. Everyone just go over the mud dome.
That's a free action.
That's a
That's just
free
talking.
Talk to me.
Yeah, you can just say that
All I
freely.
wanted to do.
Okay. Silas, what you gonna do? What you gonna
Not
do?
bad.
Come for you. Bada, 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 bada.
Just gonna run past him. Later.
So as you take a step there, you see that the cliff that is on the opposite side of you begins to crumble and starts falling on you.
Rip.
Nasty.
You talking about like over here?
Yeah, right where Silas is. Let me fucking adjust that so you can see the exact area where it's happening. Oh, I need to stop being on that.
This place is riddled with effing traps.
Yeah, it is. Roll a reflex save, Silas. And you fail the reflex save, taking the full brunt of 19 damage. Ooh.
Damn.
And now it's the enemy's turn. Seeing you go past, they're just kind of keeping an eye on you and keeping an eye on everyone else. But next up, they're just kind of going to ready in action. Kozuke.
This gym, fam.
I keep switching literally back and forth, if you haven't noticed.
GG. Jozukai. Kim.
Shozukai. Kim.
I like Kim better.
Basketball.
Alright,
Kim.
well, I'm gonna put Mud Dome over these guys.
All right. And as you see the mud dome is forming, you notice something.
Don't. No, they're not. God. Why?
What do you mean they're not?
Ninja Lions. Why can nothing not happen?
So you see the oh, that's the fucking. I'm on the wrong layer. I'm not trying to draw.
You are.
So you see a couple of things have come out of the ground once you've done that. You see that there are a series of bombs in the dome that have been activated by the shifting Earth, and they detonate, causing a hole in the dome immediately.
Rip.
Do they hurt the lions?
They do hurt the lions.
Oh my god.
Actually, no,
Nice.
because they've been lifted with the wall, that actually would have shifted their position. Lions are fine.
Lions are just fine.
But the hole is now only inside the front of the place, causing Silas, you're still, covered back there.
Sweet.
Sweet. So it's like a half dome, just like covering this area.
Yeah, pretty much. So, Kozuke, you still have one movement action if you'd like.
What if I dropped in?
I'm just gonna.
Could be good.
I'm gonna say, Ken, grab my hand.
Ken looks at you and he says, no.
Rip. I thought he said yes.
Someone says,
Kakashi, grab my fucking hand.
I'm too far away to grab your hand.
Get on your turn, walk up here and grab my hand, and then we'll teleport.
All right.
Alright, so now it's Ken's turn. Ken's going to take a step around you and run forward. As you see, he has not triggered anything else with his movement. And Ken's going to make an attack at this mountain lion. Ken hits. And deals 10 damage to it.
They did 43.
Takashi.
All right. So the technique is shapeable. Does that mean like I can leave out a single space where Ken is at, where he's unaffected by this?
What technique is it?
The Genjutsu, it's illusionary vines.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna use what that is for an action. GG. All right. I'll grab your hand next turn. Well, I'll grab your shoulder. All right. So I'm gonna use illusionary vines, 20-foot radius. So I'm gonna try and hit all of these and avoid Ken.
All right. So they all get a will save. What's the save they have to beat?
It's a rank 5.
Rank 5 plus 10, so that's 13, plus your wisdom modifier.
Is 5.
All right, this is going left to right. So that's the modifier is 18. What they have to beat. And you see that these three, the three on the left, are completely immobilized, but the one on the right remains fine.
I'm gonna move the whole brigade here, and in their turn, and in my turn, effectively.
All right. Next up is Silas.
Hey, cool.
So what the fuck does entangled mean?
So, first, I'd like to do a spot check and see if I can see any more wires.
All right, roll that spot check.
Which isn't very good, but I'm gonna do it anyway. you never know. That's +5.
So entangled, they take a -2 penalty to attack rolls and a -4 penalty to dexterity.
So I don't see any.
Anchored to an immobile object. The entangled hero can't move, otherwise he can move at half speed. So I didn't say they're anchored to the ground, which is an immobile object. Okay, you do not see anything, Silas.
Okay, so I'm gonna take my shield out and put it like this,
Okay.
and I'm gonna move forward. I guess my full amount. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that.
GG.
If someone tells me the actions they're trying to do, I try and help them.
Oh, look, bears.
Yep, you see a group of bears ahead of you. As you approach, they growl. Roar! What's up?
Silas is not intimidated.
What was that, Jim?
Here's somewhere, Connor. There should have been tigers in here.
Why?
Lions, tigers,
Tigers
bears.
and bears.
Oh, I get it. I was literally going by what's actually typically in canyons. All right.
Lions, bears, and
So
tigers.
now it's the enemies. So they can't move, but they can still fight, and they see Ken. So those two are going to attack him, but they get their penalty. And both of them miss. Ken is very easily able to dodge those attacks. The bears, though, they're going to start doing some stuff. Actually, 35 feet away. All right, you're not in the danger area yet. You see that they're just kind of eyeing you.
Like walking back and forth.
No, not even walking back and forth, just like staring, just glaring, ready, staring and glaring and flaring, all cool.
GG.
All right, next up is Kozuki.
I'm gonna say fuck it. He's gonna use Hill Swamp technique on these goddamn putty cats.
All right.
Fucking square where Ken's at. Gonna be centered on Ken. An empty square right there, though.
All righty.
And just into that fucking mud swamp. The dome. The dome.
Yeah. Let's just remake the entire dome then.
Take out the one clone. Rest in peace.
I wasn't trying to catch the one clone.
I can shrink it.
Kinda-
Shrink it to more accurately fit what you're meaning.
Yes, that's about what I was saying.
Alrighty. I just realized I forgot to do something.
What?
I'll trigger it as a swift action this time. Alright, so Takashi. The ground right beneath you begins to sink in. Roll a reflex save.
Rip. See this trashy roll. It comes to 20 though. It comes
Completely
to 20
spaced.
though. It comes to 20 though.
You actually failed a reflex save too for this one. So you take 9 points of damage. Clones are unaffected though.
Sweet. As long as they're safe.
Shit, that's the party going on in Mike's house.
F yeah.
Was I not invited?
F no. If you were here, it'd be party time.
Alright, Mike. I'm coming down there And when I come down there, we better party.
All right, so actually now you can take your actual action.
Alright, so clones are gonna take full movement here.
All right, so as you're stepping forward, roll another reflex set.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So, let me see what they have. I think they have the same saves, right?
They don't trigger it. Only the actual you does.
Oh, that's not the actual me. That's a clone.
That is the clone version of you does. I realized that the health that I said you took 9 damage is actually the clone supposed to take that, so I'll add that 9 back to you and take it from the other one.
Alright. So, saving throws. Okay, so same saving throws.
Yeah. But, you know, it really doesn't matter because you don't have evasion, right?
No.
Alright, it deals 5 damage. Even half damage, you're only at 1, so the clone
Effectively
disappears.
worse than the clones because they don't have any purpose anymore.
Yeah.
Wait, I can make a 90-foot square hell swamp?
Can you?
Yeah. It says 10 feet a level. 10-foot square level.
10 square feet. Also, I made my move action and ended my turn. Right here.
Okay, where'd you move from to where?
One space right before that.
Are
clone
you
died.
right here?
Whatever, 35.
So as you step right here, roll a reflex save.
Rip.
Lord Jesus, save this, son.
Action point. Half it. Are you serious, bro?
You
I'll
take
waste an
17
action
points
point
of
for that.
damage. And that ends your first movement action. Now you can take your second if you'd like to continue on.
Takashi and go,
I'm
hey,
gonna use an attack.
grab my hand. Grab my hand.
Well, I'm gonna move right here and grab your hand. This is my other move action. Let me take my effing.
All right.
I guess do the reflex
Silas. We're just not gonna worry about that.
Oh, I get to go? Yay!
Yep.
Okay. If I do an intimidation thing, does that count as a move? Wait. If I do go into an intimidation stance and then do an intimidation check, does that count as a full thing? The stance counts as a
The
thing.
intimidation is just a swift action. The intimidation stance. Do you mean like intimidation technique?
I think so.
That's an attack action, so you'd still have a move action left.
Alright. So I'm gonna move, I guess, right here. And as I move there. Anything?
Nothing happens.
Nope, nothing.
Alright. So I'm going to do intimidation technique. And then I'm going to do intimidation check. And I'm trying to remember how much it gives me. I gotta look
Gives you
at it.
+4.
Yeah?
Yep.
As I roar at them all.
You see, they all do kind of acknowledge you, and they kind of look at you, and you see that they kind of back down and move off to the side.
Like, you may pass.
GG.
Instead of just kind of walking over to the side a little bit here. All right, so now it's the enemy's turn. They are not going to attack you, Silas. And those ones are currently immobilized in the swamp. Kozakai.
Teleporting. I'm
Yeah,
teleporting 200 feet.
Oh, well, 200 feet will put you right there where I'm currently marking.
Okay, so I'm gonna move there.
Audience gets to see a little bit of funness right here that I have hidden on the GM layer.
Where at?
Where?
All the way to the top. Just all the way to the
Yeah,
top. Mike.
I've still got
Just
the arrow going.
Because we're holding hands.
Yeah. Oh, man, that looks fucking creepy right now.
GG.
You can't even see my screen. This is fucking great. I'm gonna fucking take a quick Yazo of this. I'll show
Stop
it afterwards.
spoiling it for us.
I mean, we're past it now. Want to see it?
There's just something specific that you won't see in the way you currently are. That I just have hidden there for later. All right. Well, now it's Ken's turn. It's gonna jump and run 70 feet.
Nice. Are these bears sentient?
Can they think? Yes.
Are you fucking with me or?
They are capable of thought, believe it or not, like most bears.
Or animals.
Believe it or not.
Are they capable? Are they capable of speech? Is what I meant.
You can always try and talk to them.
Hello. Like walk up to one of them.
All right, well,
Hello.
Walk up to it.
Takashi, you're up.
I'm up. But now I'm already in action. If one of these bears tries to attack, if you have two of those. So yeah, if one of these bears tries to attack, I'm going to use Nin on one of them.
Any reason why Silas is just frozen for me?
I don't. He was frozen for me too, and I refreshed it to see if it
He's-
cleared, but
Yeah, it doesn't at all. He's still in like a rebel yell pose.
GG. But in any case, I'm going to ready in
There we
action,
go.
and if any of the bears tries to attack, I'm going to use Nin on one of them.
It's hard to hold that face.
All right, Silas, you're up.
I'm gonna say, Ken, walk beside me. Or walk on the other side of me.
All right, we're just gonna save some time here. Yeah.
There you go.
And then we move. We move past them up to the farthest things we can move.
All right, I'll just move you right up to like right here. And so as you kind of walk by, they just kind of walk and keep their distance away from you.
Ooh, they got scared. I saw one of them piss.
Put them in check.
Now, the funny part was we walked up to them and yelled, and they were just like, "Hey, we were just gonna see what the time it was."
It's gonna be funny when they all come back when we're on our way out. Like freaking jump us with like 10 more bears.
Yeah, they're gonna
Nah,
beat the
they're gonna
shit
be
out
like,
of you.
don't mess with those fools.
Hey,
Don't.
we're back and we're ready for your picnic baskets.
So, ahead of you, you all see a very large wooden gate that kind of seems to be covered in a purple glow, as well as the kind of like the air around it is as well.
A seal.
So it's sealed.
And you see that there are two white seals with the scribbles on them on the gate.
On the other. On the
I'll
gate.
end
On
on
the
the
side
gate.
or the other side?
this. My fluent jutsu is strong.
And so
GG.
Ken immediately kind of walks up and goes, "Hey, be careful there. This is a timed double seal. We need to remove both of these at the same time, otherwise we could have some real bad stuff happen. And even
Alright,
once these get
and-
removed, who knows what other kind of techniques might have been put on them."
I can use some Fuin Jutsu.
So you don't have to do any
Yeah.
Fuin Jutsu for this. You just got to remove the seal at the same time.
Yeah. You have to roll a one,
Nah.
2, or whatever.
No, just one of you has to go and do it with them.
I'll go do it with him.
I've got this. No, I'm playing.
Give my advice. No, I moved
Jeez.
first. Motherfucker.
No,
All
actually,
right.
You didn't.
And so you both remove them at the same time. And you see, as you do, Ken kind of looks at it, and he kind of observes, he goes, "There's a second seal that's been placed on the back of it. I think we've just triggered something." And you see two entities begin to form right next to you.
Fucking.
Boy, I'm glad that I didn't take that off.
And they take
Fuck
the
them.
shape of two people.
No, why? No, why? Why? He better not turn into Octopops. Swear to God.
And you see that one of them is carrying a very large scaled sword, the other wearing a very shiny gold belt. The two ready themselves in a defensive stance.
Why?
They're not real.
Well,
Why?
I don't even care. They
Why-
ain't real. This is FNOPD.
A scaly sword, you say?
Yeah, it's one of the 7 swords of it.
I know.
That's why
That's the one I turned down.
you didn't have enough chakra for that. Anyways,
I got a lot of chakra.
no, you didn't have enough for that,
How much do you think I have?
dude. You're gonna need like 200 chakra to hold that sword.
Nah. I'll just have it eat people.
Okay.
You eat people. All right, well, let's get this over with. Our deaths were.
Well, I'm gonna go back over here and hang out with the bears.
So
They're gone, dude. They
so-
skipped out of town.
They did. Holy shit, they're gone.
They knew it was coming. I should have listened to him.
So, Kozuka, you are first up.
He haven't told me. He was like, "Rrr," and he was telling me right there, this isn't the place. You need to get out of here, man.
they were warning us like, hey, turn around. Well,
He said, "We were just trying to tell you."
I'm
to
gonna
take this
I'm gonna look at Ken and ask Ken to grab my hand so we can teleport to the other side and remove the seals. See if that does anything.
So Ken turns to you and goes, I think that it'd be better if you and Takashi tried this. I'm going to be more likely to hold these guys off than you are in a straight-up fight. What the fuck was that audio that I just heard?
What?
I just heard a bump.
What?
I don't think it came from any of you guys. I think it came from my fucking computer. I'm confused. Oh, it's probably fucking Yazu played a fucking cunt ad.
Takashi, grab my hand.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna teleport to the other side.
All right. And you two teleport to the other side.
Okay, and I'm already in action. On Takashi's turn, we rip these seals off the exact
There are
same
no
time.
seals on the other side.
Why the fuck?
Because he said it was on the other side of the seal that y'all ripped off. It created a trap. Even I got that.
Okay, then I'll just teleport everyone over at different times. Is Takashi first?
Clearly,
Wait,
this is
wait.
a test.
But wait. That's the end of my turn.
All right. So next up is Ken. Ken is just going to full-on attack this thing with a full attack action. And he's attacking A. All right. And only one of those is a hit. And so A takes 12 points of damage. All right. Next up is Takashi, who has just sat back down for a lovely time to take his turn.
Sweet. Can I get an update?
Ken did a full attack action on A, only hit one of those attacks.
And so it was clear that this wasn't sealed anymore, right?
What's up?
It was clear that this wasn't sealed anymore, right?
The gate?
Yeah.
Right. Like, the purple hue is still there, but you can always try to open the gate.
Right. So I check to see if there's a seal maybe nearby. As for me, let me see.
You want me to do a spot check? Or Fuinjutsu check? Or search check? Or investigate check?
Probably a search check. Well, I mean, I can't mitigate it. I guess that would probably be a search check there. Like,
Sure.
for me to mitigate it.
Search or spot, whatever's higher.
Okay, spot it is. I could have done investigate and that would have been pretty high.
Alright.
Well, there's no other seals.
Well, maybe. They were both formed from the door, so maybe the seal is in them.
Maybe the
So
seal
as
is
for
the-
me, well, what I'm going to do is I am going to do another wood clone with 17 chakra exactly. So I can do that. And I'm going to pretty much, that's a 4-round action, so I'm going to end my turn there. I'm going to have the clone go through the wooden door, or attempt to go through the wooden door. Using one effing technique, like an effing fine.
Will
like
will
claws.
you melt into the wood?
Did that work?
You're trying to use that technique?
I was trying to use like copy paste, but it didn't work. I'm gonna try and use the technique out.
All right. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is going on to that page here? Give me 1 second. All right, so you have just summoned your wood clone on the other side of the door. Well, side that you're on.
Yep.
The wood clone's gonna go through the door like a boss.
I'm gonna attempt it anyway.
To have him walk through the door, using the wood-based.
Yeah,
You see he
got it.
walks forward into it, and you see as he does, he lights on fire and completely dissolves.
Oh, wow. Good call. I was going to try that myself, but dodged a bullet there.
You have taken a major amount of damage had you done it yourself.
Doing
Alright,
that.
but we can keep continuing north, right? Like there's more map.
I mean, that's the end of the map. There's more
Okay.
actual terrain there, but I didn't expect you to try and continue going north. I just expected you to abandon the team if you tried to teleport.
Well, shit.
So, I mean, if you want, yeah, the visual thing is you see that there's the little purple barrier going around in kind of a dome effect, and ahead of you there is a wooden shack that also has its own unique purple barrier effect on it.
Okay.
All right. Well, Silas, it's your turn.
Oh, finally.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna walk up to B, and I'm gonna use one of my new attacks.
All right.
It's called Reaping Strike.
All right. So you need to make a melee attack against him, and you've got it all charged up with all of your chakra.
Doesn't B have speed rank 10 or some shit?
B himself has a lot. This isn't B.
Does that miss?
That's a hit.
Does that miss? Huh, Jim?
All right.
I wasn't doubting you. I was just like, if this is really B.
So that is 22 chakra you need to take away, and then you can roll 16d6 plus your regular melee.
GG. Wait for that swag.
All right, and he takes 71 points of damage, and you see he is still standing.
Thought so.
But you have done a fair amount of damage to him with a series of fucking attacks.
Okay, and do I get to hit A now? How's that work? Or does he have to stay like next to me?
He has to be standing next to it. Next
So
to B.
he'd have to be okay. So,
All right.
So next then, yeah.
Yep, that is it for Silas. A powerful attack. Let me drop that chakra for you.
Oh, I'll do it. Yeah, sorry. My bad.
All good. Kozakai. Oh, no, they get their turn. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
Can't let them skip. So A is going to make an attack at Ken.
It misses.
I think that is a miss on Ken. Yeah, that is a miss on Ken. This is the one for Silas.
That's a hit.
That's a hit.
Gosh dang.
And you take 21 points of damage from that. Not quite as much as you've done to him, though.
Well, and now I am in rage mode.
Why?
You're not that low.
I have 85 health and I had 125.
Yeah, I thought it was when you get to half health.
No, it's if I have a quarter health taken away.
Ah. Is
GG.
that a quarter?
25.
Quarter
15.
125.
25 plus 15 is 40 health. Yep.
I guess if it's when you just get to that point, yeah, you are beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. You are now in frenzy.
I'm glad I'm over here.
Right?
Exactly. Or Ken.
Poor Ken.
Alright. Next up is Jim.
Okay.
Oh no, A
Jim
needs to
goes
make an attack. No. A did the attack
A-
and missed. B did the okay, yeah, Jim.
Yeah, it's my turn. I'm gonna walk to the shack.
All right.
Look at it. I'm
You see
not
a
gonna touch it.
wooden
Top of the
shack
wall.
with no windows, completely covered in that same little purplish glow.
Well, is there a seal on it? Or no?
Nothing that you can see.
Takashi, should I teleport inside and see what I find? Or
Can you teleport inside if you can't see inside it?
I can see inside of it.
No, you can't.
Can't. There's no windows.
I literally just said that there are no windows.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention apparently.
Thank you, Silas. Spirita.
GG.
Well,
Cool, thanks. I needed one of those.
I just have to really guesstimate.
What was it?
I have to guesstimate where it's at, or I take a D6 fucking damage to teleport into something.
He teleports and there's a chair inside there, and now he's inside the chair.
No, I take a D6 if there's no room in there, and I'm back where I started. If there's room within 5 feet of wherever I teleport to, I go to that space without taking any penalties. Blah 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 blah.
So roll a 1d8, and we'll see if you have the space.
Connor, do you want me to roll a 1d8?
So you're going to attempt the teleportation?
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt.
You see that you attempt to try it, but you aren't able to go through for some reason.
God damn it. So do we have to really defeat these motherfuckers?
Maybe.
Probably. I feel like the
Ah,
seal's
damn it.
inside of them.
Can I look at the seal that I'm still carrying?
Yeah.
And use Fuinjutsu?
Roll Fuinjutsu check.
Okay. Alright, let me roll my dice. Bam, Reno. So,
You do not know what kind of a Fuinjutsu this is, but you feel as though that might be a good assumption.
what?
That you have to take out those two for it to be undone.
Well, I'm gonna throw this seal at the fucking wall. We'll walk back to the wall or whatever and throw the seal at it.
Alright, and this will just falls right off.
It doesn't light on fire or anything?
No.
Okay. Well, I know what I'm gonna do next turn.
Alright. Now it's Ken's turn. Ken is going to use a technique. So Ken is going to use Arm Technique, Godslayer's secret skill, Ultimate Strike. Fun fact, Owari's name is in the Japanese version of this technique.
Yeah, it is. I was gonna get that technique, and I realized I probably can't.
Requires the base
Wait.
attack bonus plus 15.
Can I see this?
No.
God damn it.
You're on the other side of a fucking big old gate with a purple fucking barrier between. What the fuck do you think?
I know.
Jeez.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm just like, God damn it.
Attack bonus plus 15. I have that.
All right. That is a hit.
Yeah,
Not your
basically,
melee, your base attack.
Hold on, let me
God.
check.
Use that 10
God
right now.
damn it.
Oh,
You get there.
Ken's also going to have a fully empowered.
Full second. Because that character level. Full 6 level. Character level.
And Ken deals 83 points of damage to A, who still remains
Hey.
up.
hey, that's better than mine.
Gee.
It's still pretty close, though.
I won't be able to do it again because Frenzy won't let me.
Nobody else has chakra burn except for maybe Ken.
I have chocolate burn.
Yeah,
That
but you're in
probably
frenzy
won't
mode.
do this.
I'm not gonna hand you anything.
Fucking cut off your hand. All right, Takashi, you're up.
All right. So can I use a technique through this wall?
You can try.
What if I sense
You don't-
chakra to determine their location? or the general location?
Then you can still try. Yeah.
Okay. So I can't do actually move action. So I guess I'm just gonna sense chakra so you get a general location.
All right. You're able to accurately sense both of their positions as well as your allies.
All right. And I guess I will end my turn. I can't do anything else right now.
All right, Silas, you're up again.
I'm going to take a full round attack action. Full
attack
round
action.
action.
Full
Full
round
attack.
attack. Yes.
Full attack.
So I'm gonna
Yeah,
hit him
just full
twice.
All right.
I'm in
First
frenzy
attack.
mode, so now I get +4 to that. So there's that.
All right, roll to confirm critical.
Mac, right in the
I
face.
didn't get it.
Nope. All right, then roll the second attack at a -5 penalty.
Oh shoot. Well, -5 from that.
All right. So that's 25 would be that second hit. That's a miss. So you only hit that first one.
Yeah.
All right, takes 20 points of damage and remains up. Sure, it's a shame that it's just you and Ken fighting these people and not having any backup.
I got this.
All right, now B is going to make another attack at you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not many people have 38 defense.
Mm. These are definitely higher level characters than you, but you
High
can,
level, these are epic characters.
you can tell pretty easily that these obviously aren't the real them.
Now, if these are actual the characters, we'd be dead. We wouldn't have even got a chance to attack.
That's a hit on Ken. Ken takes 26 points of damage. All right, Kozakai.
Kozakai is gonna place a fucking.
Jim's gonna play a fucking.
Well, nobody knows I'm Kozakai, so Jim's body is gonna place a paper
Well,
bomb
Awari
right in
does.
front of him. It's the
You
only
place the
person-
paper bomb in front of you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it at the wall, and then I'm gonna blow up the wall.
All right. So you take away the chakra, take away the paper bomb. Wall remains unharmed.
God fucking damn it!
I thought you were just gonna teleport us back over.
God damn it!
Ken's turn.
Round two.
Ken's gonna do a full attack action. Confirm crit. Not a confirm crit. And he hits 3 attacks. And, oh. Well, I was supposed to have an additional 1d10 in there. But regardless, he strikes the creature down and it disappears into the air. And now only B remains. Takashi!
Alright. So since I at least know the general location, I'm going to use Vine Capture Technique. Melee touch attack. 1 vine per 2 levels, 4 vines.
Melee touch.
With a +7
Is
bonus.
Melee touch.
Melee touch.
It's a ranged attack though.
What
The
technique is
vines
it?
are
Vine
melee touch.
capture?
Yeah.
Yeah,
On
vines
5,
are melee
7,
touch.
Yeah, the vines themselves. I mean, like because it wouldn't make sense to have a vine within a 5 foot range. The range itself is medium, with 20 feet plus 10 feet.
Oh, okay, okay.
They said they have to be 10 foot with that tree, but there's wood. Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to use the wood from this thing.
Where does it say touch attack, though? Oh, there it is. There it is.
And
Okay.
then attack.
Yeah, I see it.
I'm really thinking about just stealing all of your abilities, Mike.
For real. I take it back because I have to actually use the door, which is also sealed. So instead,
Yeah,
I'm gonna use effing. I just realized this effing door is gonna be useless to me.
I was going to call that out as soon as you went to go through with it.
So if you're gonna let me take that back,
I'll let you get the mulligan since he caught it before I pointed it out.
I'm gonna use Nen. with heightened technique feat.
Use what?
Nin. Desire. Page 530.
All right. So what you doing with it?
Going to use heightened technique to get it to rank 8. And gonna make him drop.
So he drops whatever he's holding?
No, he rip, not drop, but fall. My bad. So
All right. So take that chakra away, and he's gonna get a will save.
All right.
And he passes.
It'd be 8 plus 10 plus 5.
Is the 8 the rank? So that'd be 10
Yeah.
plus 4 plus 5, 19.
Oh, it's half rank. Yeah.
And he passes just narrowly.
Rip.
And so he remains standing.
All right. Well, that's all I can do.
All right,
Now.
Silas, you're up again.
Okay, I was looking at something with frenzy. I didn't know. I feel like I read something about if I take more damage, I get more or something.
I don't think so.
Nope. So we'll just keep attacking. So I'm gonna do another full round attack action on this dude.
All right. That's a hit. Next one,
Nice.
-5.
27 minus 5.
That's a hit as well.
Nice.
Hey.
A narrow hit, but a hit nonetheless.
That would have never hit the real B.
You're right. He takes 27 points of damage and remains alive.
Well, he takes
22.
22 and 27 and remains alive.
Oh, 22 and... All right, so actually that 22 is enough to wipe him out. Where's the plus 14?
What?
What's the plus 14 from?
I get a +5 from my melee, and I get a
+5.
+5 from the blade, and then I get a +4 from strength rank.
What's the plus 5 from melee?
In this one?
I've always got the +5 from melee.
The strength.
From your strength.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's just the base strength. Okay. Okay. All right, and that's enough to wipe him out. And once that happens, you see that the purple barrier that is around the gate, as well as around the shack, dissipates. However, the
Well,
global dome
How does
that's
that
around the entire area continues.
well, Ken,
Well,
I
then
feel
I'm
like
just gonna
we
walk
deserve. I feel like we deserve this and not them.
GG.
Ken just kind of
Oh,
nods his head and
that's
goes, I think you're right. I think it just speaks more about us. No need to take it out on them.
Yeah. So I push open the gate.
All right, what were you saying, Jim?
I'm walking over to the thing the second I see the purple disappear. Walking over to the shack.
All right, and y'all start walking into the shack, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you enter it and you see a simple room with 2 people sitting inside of it.
What?
Same
No.
dudes that we just fought.
Are we?
It's actually them.
No. Are they? No. Please. Don't let this be enemy.
Hope you're ready for combat.
So is my health reset? Because I have no idea what it was before this.
Nah, don't worry about that. So you see that they're both sitting in chairs. One of them turns to you and he stands up. That's B. He was the one who stands up. And he begins to speak. He goes, Yo, my name's the Rapping Killer B, and you're the people who I'm happy to see. Silas the Giant, who's usually defiant, the heart of gold, but far too bold. And Lena the Uchiha wouldn't want to be ya, but filled with skill and ready to thrill the kill. Next we have Hira, the medic with desire and passion that blazes through like a fire. After that, there's Jim, a fool looking too slim, but skilled with the earth, so give him a wide berth. Afterwards is Takashi, a name like Kakashi, able to manipulate the root and then give you the boot. Finally, there's Ken, who wields his swords like a pen, cutting up his enemies like he's writing in his den. All these fools are led by a Wari, and for that I am sincerely sorry. Aw, yeah.
Kill him!
Kill
Kill him!
all of this is recorded.
Kill him!
Killer Bee ends his stance with his holding his right arm pointing up to the sky and him looking up at it as well.
Oh shit!
At which point Ace speaks. He goes, "He's been working on that ever since we heard that you were coming in the direction of our village. Finally, I don't have to listen to him babble anymore."
That was
Ah,
sick,
come
dude.
on, brother.
That
You know
was
you
sick.
want to listen to another.
Oh,
I do. Hit me with another.
GG. He's got nothing left.
words you motherfuckers! Straight like that.
So Ed continues on. He goes, Darui informed us of what was happening and tasked us with this, with sharing this information with you. But you must be careful with it. The ability comes with a great risk, and using it too much can cause permanent damage to your eyes.
How so?
You use it too much, you'll go blind. I really don't think I need to clarify that. Now, typically this is sealed away, however, there will be an exception to this rule. We of the Hidden Cloud do not trust Owari. We believe he should have been destroyed long ago, and many in our village are most people in our village are in agreement on this. However, we will not act rashly. Naruto made the right call when it came to Sasuke. We will trust his judgment in this so long as Owari does not break the law one more time. Now then, we'll bestow this upon you to help you keep watch on him, and in case there are any secret abilities with his eyes, you'll be able to counter them with this.
By any chance, can you guys use this?
He says, no, none of us have ever taken the time to learn it, as it has been forbidden as part of that old treaty that we signed.
Son of a bitch. I just want to use my fucking...
Even so, that technique requires hand seals.
Yeah, but this technique requires hand seals. Yes?
But yeah, no
Original
hand signs is
hand
required.
Yeah, the original had hand signs.
I said Kiragon earlier. I meant to say Kagon.
I just like roll with it.
I just realized that.
What I'm reading here says CHP.
Yeah, I modified it. The original one had hand signs in there.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to keep that hand sign component with it. Okay.
How'd you modify it?
To make it like how it actually was.
Yep.
Book.
Mike made a more custom version of it. Which is why you won't be getting the exact description of it as it is laid out here. And I will be editing what Mike has said even further to add a certain drawback to it of my own flair.
Why?
Because I want to.
You see the drawback to this already.
No, there's going to be... See, that drawback that's in there is no longer there. There's going to be a different one.
Okay. As long as it's not like 4 drawbacks all at the same time.
Nah. Alright, so anyone who desires to, of you 3, because not the other 2 for obvious reasons, because they're not here, can learn the Kaigon.
Fuck yeah! I don't have any more room for techniques.
I don't know if I'll use it, but I'm going to learn it anyway.
Mike, when is the
Just
Kaigon actually used in Naruto? That's just that one red-eyed kid in the fucking thing, right? What was his name?
Ranmaru is who they're actually referencing in this one, which they themselves I think modified this one because they didn't actually specify it was the Hidden Cloud.
Doesn't what's his face, the shark guy with the what's his name, Sasuke's brother, doesn't he use this?
No.
This is pretty much the only.
Alright.
Nah, it's like they only used it like one time. It was like a one-time thing. They like never even mentioned it again.
It was only in the anime, too, during a filler episode.
Damn.
It was when Sasuke was already gone, and Naruto's going with a bunch of other people for missions. Anyone that you've seen?
I'm gonna put that under special abilities. How
Well,
you
this is
spell
a
it?
technique there.
It's a technique.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
technique.
Sky gun.
I'm running out of room.
I have no more room.
How do you spell it?
I just typed it out. Kaigan.
Is it in the book?
Yeah.
I said the version that's actually written in there is going to be edited somewhat. All right, so they've pretty much taught you blah, the basically the thing, blah blah. Now it's up to you to master it.
I think you should know as far. This is I guess this is classified, still considered classified information. But since you, he's still a he's still a Jinchuriki. Well, no, I don't know. I can't remember. Whatever. As a former Kage, and what I assume right now is still the Jinchuriki. Owari has the reanimation technique.
So you see he kind of stands up at that, and he punches the table, causing the legs to break and it to slam to the ground. So, what? Damn him! Why does he have that?
So it hasn't been approved for use, and the Hokage is already aware of it, and he hasn't used it in a manner that would put anyone in harm's way. The risk is still there.
Who have you seen him reanimate?
Only one man.
Who?
What I recall, he was
The
from
former,
the hidden mist.
Waterfall.
He was from the hidden waterfall.
The former
Some wet
Kage.
man.
It wasn't
He
the
wasn't
Kage.
a Kage. He was just a ninja.
Oh, it's Satsu. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's just a ninja.
He was the right-hand man, or like directly under the blah 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 of Shibuki, the old Kage. Oh, I see.
Satsu. There we go. You know who Satsu is.
I remember. I watched that fight when it happened during the Chunin exams. All right.
You think? I don't think you understand how dangerous this actual technique is. All right, let me see.
Is there anything else that you know about him that is not on official record yet?
That's as much as you don't know already. What I would assume. This past
I
your
mean-
abilities.
Then I would like to
I don't
ask
know.
you all one. Oh, what's up?
I mean, do you know he's a Jinchuriki?
We have heard about that from his most recent trial. As you see, Killer B here is the Jinchuriki of the Eight Tails. Him being the next in that line gives him an incredible amount of power and makes him even more dangerous than he was when he destroyed the waterfall.
I think I'm done here. I'm not gonna put down my friend. Thank you for the ability.
So, he stops you before you leave, and he goes, "Wait, I'm not done with you yet. First off, I have a question for you all. Do you trust Owari?"
Yes,
Do I have to answer this?
Yes.
God damn it.
I trust him.
I'm gonna look at A dead in the face. I'm gonna go. I trusted Owari before he even left the village and destroyed and became a rogue ninja. The air quotes I do. Rogue ninja.
And you, Takashi?
His actions have given me reason neither to trust him nor to not trust him.
Well, let
Fair
us hope
opinion.
that you are not made fools by the end of this journey.
Only time will tell. Perhaps I'll come to trust him, or perhaps the opposite.
Never let your eyes off of him. I do not trust him, and I doubt I ever will. Now go. And remember, you are not allowed to teach this technique to anyone else.
No, I won't be teaching anyone else.
What's that?
Well, I won't be teaching anyone else.
I was talking to Silas, what he was rolling for. Okay.
That's a good thing. I was not killing everybody in this room.
For real. Just walk in there.
So, y'all make your way back out of the canyon, back to the hidden village of the clouds.
Oh, we don't have to roll any reflex saves.
And not on the way back.
Sword fight the bears. They're packed.
So- You arrive back there and you see Awari's waiting at the gates as you do. He goes, so, how'd it go?
success.
Did we learn the ability?
Oh, yeah.
Can I attempt to use it?
Sure.
I'm gonna use it.
All right. Your eyes glow red. Awari just kind of goes, he kind of nods his head and goes, all right, well done.
And then I stop using the ability.
All right.
You feel your vision get poorer.
Look at me. Jesus.
Not after the
We'll
first
get
use.
We get what we came for, so unless there's other matters that need to be attended to, we should move on.
Yeah, I say it's time that we start moving south now.
All right, let's go south.
All right. So, Huh?
I was just gonna ask what's south.
as well, right now we're in the Land of Lightning, and that's the... I realized that I was mixing up the locations of the Land of Lightning and the Land of Earth. I just realized that.
GG.
So you went up through the land. So now I realized I'm going to clarify this. When I said earlier you went through the waterfall and the sound and everything like there, you haven't gone through those yet.
Good, because
Because what?
I want to go through those places.
Okay. So you're making your way now west of the Land of Lightning. You pass through fucking whatever this land is, the Land of Frost. You sort of had, yeah. So you sort of cross through the Land of Frost to get to the Land of Lightning, then you cross back through. And you're making your way once again through the Land of Hot Water, just kind of going along the northern border of it. You're kind of walking through a little bit of a forest when you see a clearing up ahead.
Are we rested?
And you see as you're approaching that clearing, this is something that you won't have to worry about, regardless. I'm just kind of... This is going to be the last little thing that we do for this session, and it's just going to be a little action sequence.
Okay.
So you're walking through as you see a clearing that's approaching up ahead, and Awari stops and kind of holds his hand out to stop you all, and he goes, everyone, proceed with caution and let me handle this. You all keep walking forward and enter the clearing, and you see 3 ninja facing you. Silas, you recognize one of these.
What?
What the?
My
What
ninja.
the?
What?
Oh gosh, no.
Why?
Who's that one on the left?
No.
The one on the left is the 2-tail, the one in the center is the 4-tail, the one on the right is the
No.
5-tail.
They're all gonna face a worry.
Maybe?
Dude.
I'm getting out of here. Yeah, I'm out. I'll
need
catch
to
you
run.
later. I'm outie. We're done. Not getting involved.
So,
There's
the
These are
tokens
jinchuriki, right?
are obviously the tailed beasts. They don't accurately represent what the person themselves look like. So the one on the left is a young woman with long blue hair. She's wearing samurai armor from the Land of Iron and has the sheathed katana on her left side. The one in the middle, Silas, you recognize him to be the one who you saw in that little seer vision. He is a man with red hair and large muscles, not wearing a shirt. And the woman on the right has very short black hair, a scar across her right eye, and wearing a River Ninja headpiece. At which point Awari kind of chuckles to himself. He goes, Sarah the 2-tails, Gohan the 4-tails, and Tsubaki the 5-tails. To what do I owe this visit? When Sarah speaks first, she goes, you know why we're here. You aren't fit to be a jinchuriki. You aren't fit to be alive. Orochimaru gathered us to test you. A shame for him, because we're going to do far more than that. It's time for you to die, traitor. Which one
Are
of
we allowed
worry?
to speak of this? Or
You
guys
can.
Is it like scripted?
You can, yeah, you can put it in if you want. This is all scripted, but you can chime in if you'd like.
Unfortunately, I don't think we can allow you to do that.
And she turns to you and goes, I am the Two-Tails Jinchuriki. You are led by a traitor. I have no desire to kill you or anyone who was on your team, but the leader, Owari, will die today.
Traitor or not, I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
You don't think I have a choice in the matter?
That's right.
And what do you mean by that?
Can I do a spot check to see what village she's from? Or if she's wearing like anything?
She's wearing samurai armor and wearing a katana. You can make a calculated guess.
Alright. You'd be breaking treaties. Whether or not he's a traitor is aside the point. He's still a member of the Leaf Village.
And so at this point, Gohan speaks. He goes, you're right. He is a member of the Leaf Village. He's someone who's killed a number of other people, and we're going to kill him today. We're going to break the laws that bind us to do what's better for the world. We'll face the punishments on our own in court.
As you
So
wish.
you trust that snake Orochimaru
Trust him.
to make decisions for you?
No.
Okay.
He gathered us to be a test for Owari here. We're going to be more than that. We're going to kill him.
I see.
Be careful, Son Goku. He's a hard one to fight. I'm not talking to Gohan. I'm talking to Son Goku.
Gohan just kind of glares at you. So, at this point, Owari laughs again because, so you got together to kill me. This should be fun. But it's hardly fair. I mean, I can't even perform a full body transformation yet. Gohan then spurts out, that's your problem, traitor, not ours. We'll give you one kindness, and that's to let your team go. Don't make them pay for your mistakes. Owari then turns to you all and goes, well, these opponents want me dead. Any of you want to join their side? I know at least 2 of you don't like me.
I'm behind you 100%.
Emotions have nothing to do with the mission.
Anything you want to say,
I'm
Jim?
gonna smile at Owari.
Lane says,
Just smile.
kill the traitor.
So, Owari
I'm
just kind of...
surprised She said that.
Owari remains smiling. He goes, smart move. Now then.
However,
However,
I think you should probably think of the consequences. These are actual tail beasts inside of these people.
Let's
If you
be
kill them.
Let's be honest. He's defending himself. He's doing nothing wrong.
and
Travis
Owari
is
says, I will defend
But we-
myself, but I will not kill them unless they force me to.
That's all I
Try to
ask.
flee.
Now then. You, Takashi and Lane, keep your eyes open. You've been waiting to see me fight, haven't you, for Coyote? Watch closely. And everyone, stay out of this fight. This is
Yeah, I'm
just
gonna turn
between
on
me
my
and them.
fucking- I'm gonna turn on my genjutsu. I mean, my eyes.
All right.
Eyes hot.
And I'm going to turn on my eyes and cancel you out.
That doesn't work. Or does it?
Oh, it'll work. It's working on all
No, I have my
dojutsu.
fucking...
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
I'm not using
Metagaming,
eyes
you
until
wouldn't
it
know.
gets-
You wouldn't have any reason to assume that.
Yeah.
GG.
Regardless. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Using my
Your face at
bloodline.
first, though. Your face.
So-
You were like,
It's okay. It's okay. There's something else that's going to be great here. So, Owari makes a series of hand signs and places his palms to the ground, but his back is to you, so your eyes do not see the hand signs.
You're fine with me.
Okay? I wasn't sure if that's what you were going for.
Gee,
He goes, reanimation ninjutsu.
oh, shit.
Fucking goddamn it.
Get my notepad out.
2 graves emerge from the ground and open to reveal 2 men. Satsu, who was previously summoned, and Shibuki, the former Waterfall Kage.
Shabuki. No.
Connor?
Yeah.
Can I teleport? Oh, like, is where I can see the fight better?
After Awari's done that, sure.
Yeah, god damn it. Fucking.
Then Awari's going to turn. He goes, "Remember, I told you to stay behind me. You don't want to be caught in the
Oh no, I know. I'm trying to like just maneuver the fucking map so I can like.
Yeah, okay, you're
out
like
of the fight.
super far out of the way, just observing from a distance. Okay.
I'm just like trying to spot
So-
everything.
At that point, Tsubaki, the Five Tails, speaks. He goes, you depraved monster. Shibuki, I'll make you pay for this, Owari. Which point, Shibuki turns to Owari, and then to you all, then to the ninja gathered. What's going on? Wait, Satsu. Which point, Satsu turns to Shibuki. He goes, you and I have been resurrected by the reanimation ninjutsu. We were beaten by Orochimaru and Owari, and now we're their puppets. So Shibuki then turns to Owari. So you had us assassinated, did you? And Owari turns back to him. Actually, I annihilated your village and everyone who lived in it. At which point Shibuki clenches his fist, charges towards Owari, but pauses 1 foot away like he's held in place. Damn you! Damn you, Owari! Owari just kind of laughs because, but you have to obey me and the rules that I've given you. You can't harm me. But I'll do you one kindness. Let's take away your personality. Don't want you to reveal anything to the enemies about how to take you down. Now then, it's time to fight. Makes a hand sign. See Shibuki's hands drop to his sides. And both him and Satsu turn to the jinchuriki. Owari pulls out a scroll that he uses to conjure his Baransu blade. And then he extends it farther to summon a large, thick sword that he throws at Shibuki. Silas and Lane, Lane's not here. Silas, you recognize the sword to be the one he fought with during the Chunin exam. One of the 7 ninja swords.
The paper bomb.
Yep, the bomb one.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Owari makes one last statement. He goes, now remember, team, stay out of this. And he pulls out a scroll, and one more scroll, and hundreds of shuriken are launched into the air. Owari pulls out, or he draws his Baransu blade at that point, and you see the chakra threads begin to connect there, forming a large little dome that you've seen previously. Now, at that point, you see Owari disappears at his lightning speed into the chakra thread, then reappears inside the dome, slashing at Sarah the Two-Tails. She quickly draws her sword and blocks the slash, Owari disappearing back into the yellow chakra threads. Another attack at Tsubaki, the Five-Tails, who dodges the attack by ducking under it and then launching herself backwards with a kick. Owari disappears again. Once more, he dashes out at Gohan, but Gohan doesn't get defensive. He draws his hand back, his fist turns to molten rock, and as Owari makes his swing at him, he pretty much deflects it with his own punch, causing the two to stop and clash. The energy from the two attempting to push each other back causes a thunderous sound to echo, at which point Gohan yells, "Enough!" And he puts in another series of strength, just pretty much pushes forward a little bit more, causing Owari's Baransu blade to be launched back into the thicket of the yellow chakra threads. Owari dashes backwards at his lightning speed and grabs the sword, and disappearing back into the threads. At which point, Gohan bellows, "Your fatal current isn't a threat to us jinchuriki, Owari." And simultaneously, the 3 jinchuriki all aim different attacks at a web of yellow chakra. Sarah yells rapid fire, Gohan yells lava shuriken, and Tsubaki yells boiling barrage. As Sarah shoots a series of mini fireballs, Gohan shoots a barrage of shuriken formed from his own molten rock, and Tsubaki spits out bursts of boiling steam, all aimed at varying shuriken. Now, as they each collide with the shuriken, you see the threads themselves begin to become severed and the shuriken destroyed. Owari reappears at the base of the threads, right where the fight began, right between Shibuki and Satsu, his Baransu blade in his hand. Satsu and Shibuki, at that point, start dashing with Owari towards the tailed beast. Shibuki dashes to Tsubaki the five-tail. She laughs, saying, "Close combat is worthless against me," as she breathes out a thick vapor of steam at Shibuki. As the heat touches him, he begins to dissolve and burn, but he keeps charging through. His skin, where he was burned, reforms and recovers as small shreds of paper land on him. Shibuki swings his sword at Tsubaki, and an explosion occurs mid-swing, launching Tsubaki back against a tree at the end of the clearing. Sarah, the Two-Tails, turns to Satsu, who launches a thick fireball at him. Satsu teleports behind her and slashes her back, cutting deeply. Owari dashes at Gohan, sword drawn, and the two swing at each other, dodging all the while. Until Owari's hand eventually glows with electricity and he jabs Gohan in the stomach, launching him back. Owari, Satsu, and Shibuki then regather, as do the Jinchuriki on the other side. Owari just begins to gloat a little bit. 3-on-3 and you're still losing like you're nothing. How pathetic. Gohan then spurts out, "Damn you, Owari. I've had enough of this. You said you can't do a full body transformation, right? Let's kill you with even you can't do." And all three of them begin to transform.
Alright. Son of a bitch, I can't copy no genjutsu.
Holy shit.
Yep, here we go.
They got big real fast. They're inside that dome still, and I'm not in the dome, am I?
No, the dome is gone now.
It's too big for that dome.
Remember they were shooting the things at the shuriken, causing the threads to sever?
Yeah.
Son Goku has appeared.
So you see three giant creatures, hundreds of feet tall, have appeared. A two-tailed cat made of blue fire, a four-tailed red ape, and a five-tailed white horse with a dolphin's head.
That's probably the weirdest one.
Yeah.
Every time I hear that, or even look at it, it's just like, what are you?
So Owari begins to laugh maniacally because, "Oh, finally a challenge. I'll show you all just how pathetic you new Jinchuriki are. I'll take you down without even using an ounce of the Seven Tails chakra." Owari then dashes at the four tails, Shibuki at the five tails, and Satsu at the two tails. Shibuki's
Can I use an ability real quick?
what ability?
Keep an ori. Keep myself steady.
Oh, sure.
So I don't
Yeah.
fly away.
Okay, that actually will come into play later, so that's good. So you see Shibuki, as he sets his sword on his back, he makes a series of hand signs as he's running forward, and four sharks made of water launched out of his hands towards the five tails, who bursts out a spit of steam, causing the sharks to dissipate on contact. Shibuki charges at the five tails, draws his sword once again, and slashes the hooves of the creature, causing an explosion at its whenever he makes the hit. Shibuki keeps this trend going. Satsu dashes at the two tails, who lets out a burst of flames at Satsu, teleports above the two tails, and unleashes a barrage of wind bullets into the two tails, causing the fire to fluctuate in the pattern that keeps getting hit in. The two tails starts using its tails to swipe at Satsu, but Satsu keeps teleporting before each hit, keeping it only causing it to only smack the ground as he teleports away. We're getting close to the end. Oh man, my throat's getting sore. Owari dashes at the four tails, readying his Baransu blade. The four tails punches at Owari, who avoids the hit and jumps on top of the arm, charging up its length. He leaps at the four tails and swipes his sword, launching a heavy bolt of lightning from it that strikes the four tails' left eye, striking it directly. You hear the four tails let out a roar of pain. Owari makes another leap, but this time he's smacked by one of the four tails' tails, launching him back to where he started his fight. At this point, you also see that the two tails has landed a hit against Satsu, and the five tails has hit against Shibuki, launching them back to this fight as well. Four tail lets out another growl, goes, "I've had enough of this. Time to die, traitor." And all three of the beasts extend their necks forward and begin to conjure a large black orb in front of each of their mouths.
So can I do anything at this point?
No.
I'd like to dig my shield into the ground and take cover.
I'd like to get out of this effing path right here. Like, yeah, they're charging it. We got time.
So Owari turns to you all and he goes, "All of you probably feel like you should run, eh? Don't move an inch." Shadow Clone Jutsu! You see two clones of Owari appear. all kind of facing, and they're on a different point ahead. Oh, I just realized I had these fucking 2 people on the fucking GM layer all this time. Oh, let's just fucking...
They're here in spirit.
Yeah, I just figured you were just reading it.
So at this point, Owari then makes one more statement. He goes, "Now, this will make an interesting report for Coyote, I'm sure." The 3 yell out, "Tail Beast Bomb!" And the 3 balls launch all in the direction of Owari and you all, except for Yuko's guys off to the side. Owari makes a chuckle, and then a series of hand signs. Do you have to make a check, Kozukai? Owari makes a series of hand signs.
For what? I mean,
And he yells out, "Time Gate Jutsu!"
Okay, I'm using ninjutsu. Fucking, I'm doing this. I'm taking this. I'm going to use this.
Don't you have to roll a check?
What kind of check do I need to fucking roll? I thought I just had to do what's it called? Just look at it. See his hands.
Why is your crotch in the camera? Sit down.
No, because I'm freaking out right now. I'm freaking out.
He may simulate once per round.
Okay,
by
okay.
seeing
That was all. Yeah,
his
that was
action.
all it was. So you have
So
to use
he's
an action point to do it.
I have to use an action point. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I'll take an action point out right now.
All right. So you see ahead of each of the Owari clones, there's a little bit of a distorted light ahead of them. And the Tail Beast bombs are rapidly approaching you all. As they hit just a few yards in front of Owari where the distorted light is, they all disappear. All the tailed beasts appear confused. Wait, what happened? Owari's shadow clones then disappear into a puff of smoke.
So I have this ability now, right?
Isn't it a higher rank than you?
Yeah, he's definitely.
Yeah, but I can
You still have to
learn
hit that
anything.
rank.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I have to hit that rank to learn it?
Well,
You have to have
he
the
has
perform requirements at least.
He has it, but he can't use it.
I mean, hold on. I gotta look up. What page is the time gate? Now I'm fucking doing my research now.
So, anyway, the clones disappear into a puff of smoke, and then Owari points upwards. All 3 of the tailed beasts look up, and you see all of the 3 tailed beast bombs launching downward. All 3 colliding with each of the tailed beasts that conjured it, causing a huge shockwave and a massive flurry of wind and debris.
Stand behind that
Do I need to make a
shield that's
balance
stuck in
check
the
or
ground.
not be
Nah, you'll
balance
be fine.
check?
That'll be fine.
Okay.
Alright, we're just not going to worry about that. After the gust passes, you see all of the 3 jinchuriki ahead, all down on the ground, lying on their backs, in a human form.
Well done, my master.
And just a little bit of final dialogue here. So you see a warrior just kind of takes a few steps forward until he gets just shortly ahead of them. It is pathetic. You're all so weak, and I even held back. I haven't used half of my strength, let alone the 7 tails. Tell me, why do you think Orochimaru gathered you 3 and not the others? The 8 tails hates me too, after all. Why not get him? A moment of silence passes. It's because you're the tailed beast given to other nations by Naruto. And among all the jinchuriki that are now in the world, you're the ones who were raised in your homes and respected for it. The 1 tails Gaara, the 3 tails Yukimaru, the 6 tails Hotaru, the 8 tails B, and the 9 tails Naruto. What do all of them have in common that you lack? Another pause of silence. They were hated. People wanted to use and kill them. And now I am among that list. But you all, you were raised with nothing but love and happiness. No struggle, no effort. You were strong because of the tailed beasts, not in spite of them. They had to learn strength without using the beasts. They had to fight for themselves. You 3, you're all just pathetically weak. And you hate me because I don't deserve the 7 tails? How ironic. And now what to do with you all? Attacking me
deserves it.
on an official mission? I should kill you all. but you're not worth the effort. Go back to your villages and report your own shame. I'll be reporting to mine as well, so there's no escape for you now. He begins walking away, makes a hand sign conjuring 2 graves, and Satsu and Shibuki step into them.
Can
Let's
I see the
continue
hand
our
sign?
mission, team. It's just a basic tiger symbol.
Fuck.
Let's continue on our mission, team. We'll let the Shinobi Union Guard take care of them.
Let's go.
And that's the end of the session.
Son Goku.
One of these days, I will get that fucking hand sign. From
Or-
Okay, so can I write the time gate technique on a fucking scroll real quick?
I mean, pretty much,
Why?
yeah.
You know it. You just can't use it until you get to that level, that rank.
Oh,
Mhm.
if I
Well-
could, yeah, you're right. But I will lose the ability to know how to do it and fucking all of its swag within 2 weeks. So from
Okay, sure. I'll let you write it down. Your knowledge. You still got to get your chakra control up, your ninjutsu up. But once all that's there and you have the other requirements, the retrieval expert and the 8 other space-time techniques, then you can use it. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. My voice is fucking sore, or my throat's sore, and my voice is going to be hoarse tomorrow. I can feel it. We'll see you next time on Naruto D&D.